But these are authoritative findings which will have legal impact. Countries are going to be very reluctant, wrongly in my view, to review and change their policies in order to comply with their obligations as spelled out in this ruling. I think it's important for your viewers, listeners, to just for me to spell out some of the key things. The occupation, the continued presence of Israel in the OPT is unlawful. There's an obligation to bring that unlawful presence to an end as rapidly as possible. Those are the words. Israel must cease all settlement activities, evacuate all setters immediately. It has to make reparation for the damage caused. And there's a long list of obligations in the section towards the end on Israel, which include, by the way, the duty to allow the Palestinians to exercise self-determination and to the right to return of those displaced since 1967 from the OPT. So in that sense, the court perhaps went further than many expected. Then we come to those other duties of the various third-party states and the international organizations, and those are spelt out in the advisory opinion. The key paragraphs, I won't read the whole of it, is 278 and 279. The court is addressing what its advisory opinion means for third-party states. Not only is there an obligation not to recognize all of the unlawful matters and wrongful acts that I've listed earlier, the court considers that the duty of distinguishing dealings with Israel between its own territory and the OPT encompasses, inter alia, the obligation to abstain from treaty relations with Israel in all cases in which it purports to act on behalf of the OPT or a part thereof on matters concerning the OPT or a part of its territory, to abstain from entering into economic or trade dealings with Israel concerning the OPT or parts thereof, which may entrench its unlawful presence in the territory, to abstain in the establishment and maintenance of diplomatic missions in Israel from any recognition of its illegal presence in the OPT, and to take steps to prevent trade or investment relations that assist in the maintenance of the illegal situation created by Israel in the OPT. And then it goes on. They're also under an obligation not to render aid or assistance in maintaining the situation created by Israel's illegal presence in the OPT. It is for all states, while respecting the Charter, to ensure that any impediment resulting from the illegal presence of Israel in the OPT to the exercise of the Palestinian people of its right of self-determination is brought to an end. Now, all of that means BDS. Urgent, immediate BDS by all states and by the UN bodies. It can't be interpreted in any other way, because in law, in my view, what this involves, and as I say, international lawyers can opine further, you have to audit your relations by reference to this advisory opinion. What do we do or not do that this advisory opinion requires in order to meet our international obligations? And for me, everything that one does with Israel at the moment renders aid or assistance. It's cut off diplomatic. I'm being very serious here, that I don't see how you can interpret this advisory opinion as anything but a call to cut off diplomatic relations, because it aids and assists Israel to have diplomatic relations, to cut off trade relations, to cut off cultural relations, to institute the most comprehensive like South African type and beyond sanctions against the state of Israel, because everything that one does in relation to Israel currently aids or assists it in maintaining its current illegal situation. Unless Israel understands that it has become a pariah state and that these are actual requirements on states, then we're not going to shift the dial. I have yet to hear a compelling argument that says it doesn't go as far as I have elaborated.